and the talk radio presenter and columnist Julia Hartley-Brewer. Our first question tonight from Louvain Newell, please. Louvain.
In trying to please all of the people, has Theresa May only succeeded in pleasing none?
Julia Hartley-Brewer.
Yes, she's absolutely not pleasing anyone. It's very difficult to find anyone other than, I think, probably Philip May, who agrees with the Prime Minister. The bit I don't really understand is when people like you, Clive, talk about how, you know, it was such a shame the country's so divided. If people like you hadn't voted as an MP to allow the British people to have their say in a EU referendum and then voted against triggering Article 50, the outcome of the referendum, if people like you had accepted the outcome, perhaps we wouldn't be in the mess we're in now.
Can I tell you why I voted against Article 50? It wasn't on the principle of voting for Article 50. It was basically because what Theresa May had done with the bill that was before Parliament on Article 50, she had set such narrow parameters on what was acceptable, what wasn't. On rights of EU citizens. There were so many areas in Article 50 which were wrong and fundamentally wrong. And look at the mess we're in now. There was no need for her to start that process when she did.
Yeah, OK, let's not go back that far. Let's go to come to you.
I really didn't get a chance
well,
to have my say.
Don't bring him in. Give your answer.
My thing is, this is all supposed to be a compromise. I don't know why we're having a compromise. The whole point of having an EU referendum was because the Parliament didn't represent what voters wanted. We know that from the outcome of the referendum. But also because there wasn't a compromise position. If you're two people in a marriage, one of you wants to leave and one of you doesn't want the other person to leave, there isn't a compromise of sort of, well, I'll have my left foot in the door and my right foot out. There couldn't be a compromise. So when Leave won, then there wasn't a compromise to be done between Remain and Leave.
What about what she's offering, though?
What she's offering? She promised us a deal that was better than no deal. She's given us a bad deal that is worse than no deal and certainly worse than even remaining in the EU.
She's given us a bad deal that is worse than no deal and certainly worse than even remaining in the EU.
She's given us a bad deal that is worse than no deal and certainly worse than even remaining in the EU.